Intro to Guatemala. No, thanks. We prefer Minecraft intros. Anyway, what a boring story to read. Guatemalan statehood is eternal. Today, guys, we will build a true French empire, but in Central America. And it is gonna be established by Tropical Napoleon, who is our field marshal right now. Central America, what a truly wonderful place. Of course, not to live, but at least to have a vacation. It deserves your visit. Black Monday hits us. What will this mean for Guatemala? It will mean a broken pig. And not the best times for the United Fruit Company, who rules our state. Those damn Yankees use bananas to rule Guatemala. Bananas, a good word to substitute word government. Guatemalan universities. I don't know who needs universities, but it is the easiest way to get one more research slot. Man, bro sold his independence just for a bad British flag. It looks horrible. For example, here in Malta, they've got a good British flag. Greatly increased education budget. Bill collector won't be happy after hearing that. He won't approve this decision. A guy who named the capital of our state after the name of our state is a real genius. Islamic nationalists say Somalia. Poor horses. Now they are blind because of Somalian nationalists. Just a normal day in Africa. Tighten the Mexican border. Sounds pretty familiar to me. But I've got only one question. Why the hell do they want to go to Guatemala? I understand why Mexicans want to move to the United States, but not to the Guatemala. Okay, I understood everything. They want to steal our bananas, our lovely bananas. Mexican support for Central American socialism could prove dangerous if left unchecked. We shall reinforce the border security procedures and double the border patrols in order to protect our country from the wild Mexican influence. It will also assure us that the syndicalist rebels don't cross the border towards Mexico in order to get training or rally support for their cause. And Mexico got only two borders, on the north with the United States and on the south with Guatemala. March 1937, the American Civil War began. That will cause a huge troubles for Guatemala, but Guatemala will survive. The United States have fully collapsed, and it means that we will stop relying on the Monroe Doctrine. The infamous Monroe Doctrine, in effect since 1823, has made us rally too much in our northern neighbor for our self-defense. And now that they are not in any position to help us, we will have to kickstart our forces from scratch if we hope to survive the storm that approaches Central America. Both Panama and Nicaragua are occupied by Americans. That's a really interesting and unique campaign. Now I can't even understand where does the real one Honduras locates, because this is Honduras and this is Honduras as well. Things are pretty complicated. Letter of the 311. A group of Democrats and Socialists, mainly composed of university students, wrote a letter designed to President Kralana asking for his resignation and for free election to start as soon as possible. And we will start preparing for elections as soon as possible to avert disaster. And as the result, we received Ubica's coup. Seeing the weakness of Kralana and the inevitable elections that would bring socialists into government, the popular hardline general George Ubica Castaneda has entered the capital with his loyal army and deposed Kralana. Ubica will save us from horrors of socialism. Damn, that's our new ruler. He really looks like a young Napoleon Bonaparte. Opening strategies. Okay, let's talk about it. As the chaos throughout the country subsided, vast areas have ended up controlled by the National Progress Party. They are trying to expand their position in an aggressive manner, and underground cells have formed in most cities that still are nominally loyal to us. What would be the best course of action? And in my opinion, the first option is the best one. Secure the temporary borders not 1 mile will be seated. Choosing a target. What a good question. We shouldn't waste honorable Guatemalan lives in vain. Starve the rebels into submission. Those damned Mexican state destabilizes the situation everywhere. Not only in the United States and Texas, but in Guatemala as well. The siege of Ciudad de Belize. The rebels know their demise is imminent. The assault on the capital. Brudas, we will let those traitors enter the capital and there we will crush them. It would be better for our long-term goals to dye our capital red with blood. We just have to do it. Otherwise, victory won't be achieved. Finally, in September 1937, we have ended up the civil war in Guatemala. So Ubica takes the throne. After managing to survive through the weakness that the Orellana government had, Ubica has managed to seize total control of Guatemala after squashing the democratic rebels. Long live the General Ubica. Renew the good relations with the UFC. Oh god, bananas. Again. After some ups and downs between the Orellana government and the UFC, Ubica has set out to renew the good relations the UFC had during the Cabrera regime. For this, we shall contact the company and inform them that we are open for business once again and like never before. Oh god, El Salvador declared war on me, and I have just prepared my army to fight. Napoleonic military state, what a good idea. Ubica, a faithful admirer of Napoleon's exploits, has set out to transform Guatemala into what his idol had and winced for France back in the early 19th century, or at least as close as he can do so in a nation as Guatemala. Guatemala shall rise again. Boys, we are finally breaking the front line. So after we capitulated El Salvador, Honduras has capitulated as well. So we can form the Central American Republic. Let's do it. Uniting Central America. And guess what? Ubica has proven himself. Long live George I and the Central American Empire. And we have automatically annexed occupied Nicaragua. Well, why not? Now we can build a big and strong army. I didn't forget about you, Costa Rica. And just look at this portrait of our leader, George I, the little Napoleon of the tropics. He is wearing the same hat as Napoleon I did. Wow! Commune of Gabon has joined the Entente. Commune of Gabon. Fucking radical socialists have joined the Entente. Bro has just broke the system. Bill collector won't be happy after hearing that. Bro, just give me back my bananas. Lil bro didn't even understand what did just happen. The future of the empire. And I've got only one question. Who the fuck choose liberals? Come on, building a liberal empire, it's a soy boy choice. The real man will always build only the authoritarian empire. I will walk in the steps of the great Napoleon. Let's be honest, we won't build a new French empire just like our ancestors did. We will build our own Central American empire based on our knowledge and our structure on the state of Napoleon I, his philosophy and his ideas. So we'll retain Central American characteristics. But yeah, technically you can come back to Europe, retake the France back and proclaim the new French Empire. A double cult of personality, okay, I'm waiting for the triple cult of personality. Because the third one is gonna be me, Mikhail Poltavskiy. Now you can understand how much do I love myself. Brudas, I guess that we need to use our chains to conquer Panama and Panama Canal as well, because it is the rightful property of the Central American Empire, and only we can control the Panama Canal. Neither Germans, neither the Entente can't control this canal, only we can do that. So we will enter the war against the Entente. Let's go boys and take all that belongs to us. So the canal is ours. And in a few days after capturing the Panama Canal, Panama has capitulated. And now we just need to defend our rightful territories and wait to the moment until the Entente will capitulate under the pressure of the Reichspakt or probably the Third International. But anyway, we understand that no one will capture this great fortress, this great Central American fortress, because we'll defend it until the end. And it's in Entente's interest to sign the peace with us right here and right now.